Okay guys, we again have Miss Melissa DeLaCruz here to entertain us today with the ultimate kit. No, it's not an unboxing, but what can you do with it? Is it just pinks? Is it only pink and whites? There's a lot to do with that kit. There is, right?
It'll be fun.
It's a lot of product. It's a great value, but we want to know, what can we do with it now? You gonna show us?
I'm going to show you.
Cool.
So today I'm going to play with the Ultimate Pro Acrylic Kit. I'm going to give you a couple ideas of what you could do with that kit. So let's get started. So first I'm going to put on the form. Comes with everything, this kit. I love it. Everything you need to build any kind of nail. A French nail, a nude nail, some cool art stuff. I think I'm going to show you more of the art today because you know you could build like a nude pink nail or even a blush. It comes with a glitter acrylic. It's really cool. So the ideas are endless actually. So I think I'll pick two of them, some more current ones. I think I'll do coffin shape. This is one of my favorite colors. It's called Flash and Burn. So I'm going to create an ombre look with it. I'm going to use Cover Pink with it as well. I'm going to draw out some of my monomer. This way it doesn't run everywhere. Once I get it down, I'm going to use zone 2 of my brush, walk it up to my sidewall, bring it up even, walk it back to my sidewall. I keep wiping my brush because what I'm doing is I'm taking out some of the liquid out of my brush, so it's not, every time I touch the acrylic, it's not dispensing liquid back into the nail. Sometimes when it's hotter in the room, I won't wipe my brush as much because I'll need the liquid to keep dispensing into it so it moves more. And once you start working with acrylic, you'll get that feel. Let's bring it down a little more, make this one kind of long. That way you could really see the effect I'm creating. So what I'm doing is I'm building this really thin, getting it as thin as I can, getting it into the shape I want to create. Let me get it a little tighter here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Flash and Burn a little, set it right here. It's kind of runny and I want it runny because I kind of want to watercolor it up to kind of hide that line of demarcation, or her natural nail, I should say. And making sure I don't have that little divot here. I'm kind of creating it like kind of a flat surface. Okay, once you have all your Flash and Burn laid down, now I'm going to go into my Cover Pink and I'm going to do a reverse. So I'm going to start at my cuticle, anchor it down a little so then that way it'll flow. Wipe your sides, wipe right here on the edge. So see how I'm just wiping, bring it down a little bit more. About right there. Now watch how I'm going to blend this in. Kind of blending in a fade. You look at it from sideways, it kind of goes like this. That's totally fine. That's what you're wanting. Let me do a little more pink here. Okay, so now I'm going to go in my Flash and Burn again. I'm going to put it right here and kind of wipe it upward. Wipe my brush, wait a few seconds, and fade it back down. So what this is doing is just continuing my fade. I don't care if I have enough product on it because I'm going to show you a little trick you could do to make everything even. You do not want to build it too high. If you build it too high, what's going to happen is you're going to hit all your fade and file it out. So if you put clear on top of it for your strength and your structure, then all your design will stay in the bottom of it and they'll all come out uniform. Okay, so now what I'll do is take my Speed Clear. Now I'm going to look at it from the side view. As you can see, I'll point with my brush. I could use a tad bit more here and a little bit more through here. So I'm going to basically overlay it with clear. Now you'll find when you're doing a full set in these, sometimes your pink will be a little higher. If it is, then you really only need to put clear from here to here. Look at the side and you'll know, and you'll determine where you add your clear. Now that I just moved it, I see I need a little bit of pink here. I might as well get a little bit of my pink and fix it before my clear. And sometimes around the cuticle area, you may need to touch it up. I find on a real person, usually it blends pretty well. On this training hand, the fingers are peach, so it looks really odd even if there's just a fraction missing. When to the eye, it doesn't look like it, but to the camera, you could see everything, right? So come in with your clear. I think what I'm going to do is just start in my reverse. Start right here. Let it roll down. Kind of guide it. You could kind of see how you're getting all your structure in now. And I'll get a little more clear and I'll come backwards with it, kind of melt it in here to the back with zone 1 of my brush. Then I'll use zone 2 to bring it down, like the body of my brush. Okay, once I have it all encapsulated, look at it from the side. You can see your structure coming in. It might be a little heavy in some spots, but that's what your electric file's for, right? Okay, so our next design. So for my next nail, I'm going to use kind of a lot more colors. I'm going to use my Flash and Burn again. I'm going to do kind of like a marble effect with acrylic. So I'll use Speed White. I'll use Cover Pink and Flash and Burn. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of build my extension out as a platform. Draw out some of my monomer so that my acrylic sets up a little faster. I like to walk it up with zone 2 and 3 basically, then bringing it up even with my sidewall and connecting it. Same on this side. So all I'm building out is my extension first. So then that way, I find when you build out your extension for a design like this, it's not going to run so far down and you're going to be playing with it and messing up your marble effect. So if you could either do it on a tip or build out your extension would be ideal. Let's add a little bit more right here. There we go. So sometimes I find when I'm teaching people, they say, your extension looks too thin or too narrow. Honestly, it's perfectly straight with your sidewalls and it's tapering in for the shape you're wanting, more like a tapered square or a coffin. When you add bulk on top and you're capping and doing all the structure you need, it's gonna add more thickness to it. So your base, if it's perfect with your sidewalls or coming from your sidewalls, it's always going to be nice. I find if you make it a little wider, when you're done with your nail, it's going to be wider. You're going to end up filing it all back in again. So it's kind of a little trick I do to make sure that I'm not going to have to file so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my pink, my white, and remember your white is very overpowering. So don't get a whole lot of it, then start marbling it. Now all you're going to do is create your background. You're not building strength or body right now. You're just kind of getting it to marble. So come in here, your pink, a dash of white, and a dash of Flash and Burn. Get it right here and start marbling it. So as you could see, it's giving like a really cool marble effect. More pink, dash of white, Flash and Burn. Come in here. There we go. It looks a little messy at first, just because I want it to kind of flow. You have control over it for about a minute before you can't really move it. Starts to set up in about a minute. Let's see, I'm gonna add a little bit more right here. I'm gonna do pink, dash of white, Flash and Burn. See how little my pearl is? See, I just kind of wanted to marble it a little more there. Do a little bit more of a marble here. Just do a little white, some Flash and Burn. There, that looks good. So you could play with it till you like what it looks like. When you look at it from the side right here, you could see it's all different length. It's kind of higher here, it takes a dip here. That really doesn't matter. I like the way it looks when I look at it from here. When I put my clear on top of it, what it's going to do is make everything look like it's even, and it'll file to perfection from there. Now I'm building all my structure and capping my design with bead clear. Start at my cuticle area. Let it all run down. So once you have it everywhere you want it, just kind of blend it in. You can move your acrylic wherever you need it. If you notice, I'm always looking at it sideways. If you're looking at it just from the top, you can't tell where you need it on the side. So while you could still move it, always peek from the sides to see if you need to maneuver your product to a different spot. So what I'll do from here is, as it sets a lot of times I'll touch my powder with my fingers and I'll push at the same time to kind of pinch in my C-curve. Unfortunately, this doesn't work too much for this because I'm doing a taper. You'll see how it doesn't bring in. It might bring in your sides. Like if someone has a really wide nail bed, at this point, I would get it here and let this do the work for you. So it will kind of C-curve it from right here at this point, like right where the free edge starts. Then you could come in and pinch it once it starts to mold. I wouldn't go like this because it could be off. I like to push at the same time with even pressure. Okay, push with even pressure. Then I look down the barrel of the nail. You wanna make sure that your pinch is matching your neighbor's pinch. Okay, I have a little more product on this one, no big deal, I just have to file a little more. But what I'm looking for is my pinches to match. You want all your C-curves to kind of be the same tightness. So I'm gonna file these and come back with my finished result.
We've got endless amounts of videos, so do not stop now. Click, watch, keep that going, and don't forget to give us one of these.